Do you guys have the strength to make it through this Twins season? Oh my gosh, as much as you say, yeah, I get it. Like, we're rebuilding, a lot of young people. I want to see how they do, see how they handle it. Man, these bottom of the eighth sort of, like, we're all getting punched in the face in the real world day in and day out. Like, getting it from your ball club, it's just tough.
It's just added on to the pile. I mean, you're getting good starting pitching performances. You're getting
the offense is good
there. I mean, it's, it's got potential.
Yes.
They got you a lead, and you had a lead in the eighth inning. And the bullpen just hasn't been there this year. It just hasn't. And that's mid-season. That's one of the tougher things to fix. So I don't know. Derek Shelton has his hands full. There's no two ways about it.
I mean, we've got the Wild. We've got the Wolves.
Big day tomorrow in Minnesota sports. Big day.
Are we going to have to deal with people saying, like, well, can we handle all this stuff going on? I mean, are the Twins in town tomorrow, or are they done?
Nope. They're starting a 4-game series with Toronto tomorrow at Target Field.
Oh, that's right.
They are in town for sure.
So tomorrow, the Twins start at 6:40.
Yep.
So you could do the bang bang. You could go to the Twins game. Paid attendance today, 20,000, you said?
Yep.
The drone shot they show.
There were not 20,000 people in
Twins TV. It's really cool technology, but maybe the worst possible season to debut some of these overhead shots. Like, just keep it tight, It's like if you're giving a speech and the room's empty, you want to squeeze. Do you think, so I was thinking about this watching the game last night, and this is Drive Time with Russia, by the way. Dan is here. Do you think they should let people just like move on down and sit in the front couple rows? Because
No.
I do.
I don't.
Why not?
Because I think that there's people that paid for those seats, and if you take people that paid a third of what they paid and sit them right next to them.
But what do you care? What kind of loser energy cares about that?
The kind that cares about doing business and keeping those customers happy.
But would you, if you had paid money, so say you paid $50 for a seat in row 2 near the first base, wouldn't you rather have someone sitting next to you cheering for the team instead of?
You're asking the wrong person, because I don't want anybody sitting next to me to start with. So let's just be realistic about that. No. If I paid a certain amount of money for that seat and I knew somebody that was sitting in a seat next to me paid way less, I probably would not be super happy about it.
What do you guys think? 651-461-9226. I would be getting the same enjoyment out of my seat as I would either way. So what do I care? Like, just for TV. That's what I think they should do. And I'm not kidding. I think everybody in the upper deck, come on down. Like, and maybe you could do it. It could be a bit. It could be like, could we sponsor this? Brought to you by Drive Time with Russia. It's time for the 4th inning seat shuffle. If you're in the upper deck, come on down. If you're in the lower bowl, everybody come on into the Champions Club. I don't know, like, make everybody gets upgraded. You don't have to move, but you can. Everybody gets upgraded. Wouldn't that be fun? We got to introduce some nonsense, Let's have some fun. That's what I would do. It looks stupid on TV.
It does look bad on television. There's no two ways about that, yeah.
I don't care if somebody next to me gets a better deal than me. Good for them. But I am a good human. You don't care. I'm a good human.
But you know that people that are sitting in those seats are there. Some of them anyway are going to care.
Yeah.
And if you're the Twins right now, the last thing you can afford to do is tick off your customers.
I don't know. Somebody is in the upper deck. Like, that's a level of dedication this time of year anyway. I say move them in. Texter says it's the new 7th inning stretch. Stretch on down to the lower bowl. That's what I would do. We're going to break. Great guest coming up. A couple of musicians who used to live in Minneapolis are teaming up with the Minneapolis Boba brand And it's such a cool story. A couple of guys, they're 32. They're making their own gummy candy. Not that kind of gummy. Drive time back in a minute.
Drive Time with DeRusha, tuned up and rolling. Thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington.
All right, Jason here with really an important recommendation for you, for your health, for your well-being. You need to have your skin looked at. If you have a mark or a mole, Tureen Dermatology wants to see you if that mark or mole changes shape, changes size. Or if you have a family history of skin cancer, that's what I have. My dad has had a number of cancerous growths removed. And luckily, he got those caught in time before anything really horrible happened. But it's why I go to Tureen Dermatology, 10 locations all over the Twin Cities. Dr. Mohiba Tureen is my dermatologist, and it's no accident that dermatologists from around the country have been coming here to the Twin Cities just to work with Dr. Tureen. She is kind, she is caring, she is innovative, and she brings that energy to every patient she sees. 10 locations. They will get you in within 3 weeks. If you've ever had a really hardcore sunburn and never had your skin checked out, get to Tureen, Tareen, dermatology.com.
You don't want to wait forever for your home to sell. Marketing makes a big difference, and nobody markets homes better than my friends from the John Schuster Group, Coldwell Banker Realty. Hey, it's Vanita. My buddy John markets homes to everyone in the Twin Cities, and it helps his clients sell faster and for more money. Curious what he could sell your home for? Find out in seconds on johnschustergroup.com.
Buy a home, sell a home, we'll get you moving. johnschustergroup.com.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Gas prices are up, and Luther Kia of Bloomington can help you out. It's Jason from my Luther Kia of Bloomington team. I drive a Kia. I love it. Dan Dingman can guide you into a hybrid SUV getting more than 35 miles per gallon, or take a look at the plug-in and electric options. If you need the power of gas, I just test drove a Telluride third row, high-tech, affordable luxury. Luther Kia of Bloomington.com to see what's on the lot, or stop in at 35W and 494 and tell them Jason sent
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, who knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Highway 41 is currently closed down by Chaska. Update is brought by Whole Foods Market. It's a serious injury crash for Highway 41 down by the River Bridge. So as a result, 41 is closed between Chaska and 169. Traveling south 169, there is slowing there between 494 as you head down toward Old Shakopee Road. Get ready for slowdown. South 35E is moved down from Roselawn pretty much all the way down to West 7th, and 35W slows both directions between Lake Street and Hennepin Avenue. Shop self-care staples at Whole Foods Market. Get 33% off body care and candles with Prime through May 12th. Stock up on your favorites or gift a new relaxation routine for mom. All supplies last. Shop in store online. Terms apply. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCL.
With a well-designed will, trust, and estate plan, you can have peace of mind. Choose Matt Gutman of Gutman Law to give yourself peace of mind. Call him now, 612-895-1616 at gutmanlaw.com. Gutman Law, peace of mind today for tomorrow.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Gutman Law bringing us the forecast with a frost advisory for the metro tonight, low of 36. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 54. We'll do it again on Friday. Right now, it is 52 on CCO.
Steering you through what matters. Drive Time with DeRusha. Tuned up and rolling thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington.
It was the horns that first introduced me to the Potash Twins, music, food, and the glasses. It's the glasses. It's all part of the bit. They're with us here on CCO Radio. It's so good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, Jason. Thanks for having us.
You are in town because you have a very interesting project that you've been working on over the last couple of years. Our guests are twins, Adeev and Ezra Potash, and music is your business, but now candy is also your business. Talk about how this got started.
Well, there's two things we've been obsessed with in our lives. It's been music and candy. They both bring joy to everything that we do.
They're also both universal languages.
That's true. And we're obsessive about both of them. But candy has been something we've always wanted to make for our entire lives, as long as I can remember. We're so lucky that as musicians, we've been able to tour all over the world. And one of our favorite things to do is after a show, go down to the nearest bodega or convenience store and try to find candy we've never seen before. So for us to just enter the candy game is not out of left field. This has been a part of our daily rituals forever.
The candy is called Sweet Stash Jam.
It is.
And these are gummy candy.
It is.
And this is sort of hot right now, right? Because I know, like, the last time I was in New York City, like, all the rage was this Swedish candy and all these gummies. Was that part
Bonbon, soccer
Bonbon,
bit. Yeah, they're great. Well, you know, the main thing for us was really it's a passion for how much we love candy, but really one day we just looked at the back of the ingredients and we're just like, what is this crap they're allowing to be in here? Like, candy companies just got lazy and they were trying to make as much money as possible and just didn't care what the consumers were putting in their bodies. And we turned the bag around and we're like, we can do something about this. Like, we can make the best candy and we can make the ingredients better, and we think the end result is 10 times better.
It's your favorite old nostalgic candy without any of the junk. So it's zero corn syrup, no synthetic dyes, non-GMO, gluten-free,
made in the USA,
no seed oils, none of it. So for us, it's about making good candy with good ingredients, and the result tastes so much better that way.
I mean, hearing you guys say you had a passion for candy.
We're little fat kids.
That's
Jason.
right. I was going to say it's fat kid coded. Like, I spent some time in the Huskies section as a young man.
We still linger there.
We were always in the big and tall section, but not the tall section.
No, big and short. We won the genetic lottery. Big and short.
I always say that, like, if I were just a couple inches taller, I'd be fine. I'm
We
not
need,
a little chubby. I'm a little short.
There's things in this world we can't change. One thing we can change is making better candy without the junk.
I like that.
A couple of inches. We need like a whole foot at least.
You're in town because your candy, you're doing a collaboration with really just an awesome boba place here in the Twin Cities, Niko Niko Boba. Tell us what you're doing with that great local company.
So tomorrow is National Boba Day, which is a huge deal.
It is.
It actually is. It actually is. And so we're doing a collab with Niko Niko Boba, which is our favorite boba chain in America. They are amazing. They have locations all over the country, but they're from Minneapolis, which obviously is near and dear to our heart. And so tomorrow we're launching for several weeks while supplies last, a Sweet Stash, our candy company, collab with Niko Niko Boba. And the flavor that we're doing is our prickly pear flavor, but in drink form. And boba and candy have always been kind of side by side. Yeah, you got to drink it. But texture is such a big part of gummies, and texture is such a big part of boba. And we were, it's just a match made in heaven.
Do you remember the first time you had boba?
Yeah.
We've
And
been
you kind
drinking-
of suck down that tapioca, and you're like, whoa.
You'll never forget that.
Am I supposed to do that or
am I
not?
supposed to eat this?
we have
Chew this?
we have Taiwanese members of our family. So we were introduced to boba when we were
Mm.
babies. And even though you're not
Probably
supposed to eat
before
it
we
as a
weren't.
baby.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have been eating it at that.
We've
age,
been
but-
drinking it forever. It's also been kind of a little side obsession.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is so popular. I mean, my kids are now 20 and 18 and out of the house, and I feel very old. But when they were younger, like that's where you would hang out, right?
Mhm.
Like my
Yeah.
generation maybe hung out at the coffee shop. The generation today hangs out at the boba joint.
Well, you're sophisticated. You're more sophisticated.
Yes.
No, I mean, there's something.
I mean, I mostly hung out at like Perkins and Denny's, like
classic diner.
yeah,
option.
because you could get
That's a very Minnesota thing too.
you could
Yeah.
get unlimited refills of soda
and pancakes sometimes.
and just sit there forever, and just some server would look at you with disdain.
And you're gonna tip them like $1,
right,
because
you're like a broke theater kid.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah.
But it's the same kind of thing. You went there for fun, and boba is fun, and candy is fun, and they both bring joy to the world, and we wanted to bring them together.
And also Mall of America. I mean, who doesn't love MOA? We would grow up going there as a kid.
We
Lego
performed
Land.
at the Mall of America a while, like a
Oh
while.
gosh, I
Atrium,
remember
yeah.
that. And you guys lived here in the Twin Cities for
like
bit.
a year and a half.
Right.
Well, we were shooting a couple of shows that we did with Andrew Zimmern, and so we were here, and
Yeah,
the music scene here is like undeniably incredible. And so that was a really
You performed at the Dakota, if I
Yeah,
remember.
you were at,
right.
I think,
was
our
there.
last
You
show
like
there,
MC? You like brought us out
Oh,
on
that's
stage.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, we love.
Thank you for doing
we
that.
love
by the way.
doing, we love doing anything with Jason DeRusha. That's the truth. We come here for you.
Because we say his name right.
That's true. And
And he
I
says
say
our name
yours.
right.
It's very controversial. But now now it's all in my head when I asked you to make sure. It's
No, you nailed it.
potash,
You're a professional. You nailed it.
not potash.
Potash.
Potash. And it's DeRusha, not D-Russia. We
You got
we
it.
know what's up.
Yeah.
And it's Niko Niko Boba.
Yeah.
Their flagship is at Mall of America. They have locations. They're in Minnesota, Colorado, and Florida now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
Pretty
expanding.
cool.
They're a serious boba chain, like undeniably one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
And very fast growing.
Are you saying that because the founder, Jonathan, is right in the room?
No,
Is that
I'm
what-
saying that because it's
Jonathan's
true
a good
and
dude. It's a good
John's the
company.
best dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love John. No, the truth is that we know you from the food world. Like we
Right.
take culinary stuff seriously, and so does Niko Niko Boba.
I'm looking at the label here on this Sweet Stash Jams, and it lives up to what you're saying. Like it's organic tapioca syrup, it's organic cane sugar. When you talk to your customers about this candy, do people really care? Or is it when you're eating candy, you're like, I don't care. I know it's junk. I'm looking for junk.
People are starting to care.
Yes,
Our generation for sure and younger, they're reading the label.
That's really good.
People are starting to care, but there's a huge demographic that really, really cares. And for gummies and for candy, it's like a very wide net. Like you don't even know what you're buying. Sometimes you just go into the store and grab it.
we say we're not better for you candy, we're just better candy, because a lot of the time you see health candies, they're not even in the candy category anymore. They're basically just like chewing on some
fruit juice.
It's just not candy. And so for us, we were like, we want it to still be candy. We want it to be candy the way it should have been made and the way it used to be made. But we kind of the large candy companies sort of deviated from that, filled it with junk, and we said, let's pull back on that. Let's make it all about flavor again.
Ezra and Adeev Potash, the Potash twins. I think it's fun. And I do think, different generations of parents, if you're going to let your kid have an indulgence, and we know from the research, like the millennials they like a sweet treat.
They do. Yeah, and there's no aftertaste. Like you can taste that.
No, it's true.
The no synthetic.
People
dyes
have
in
been
that.
eating sugar for the entirety of human existence. So candy's not going away. It's just, can we do candy better? And the answer is yes. And the answer is we're doing it.
And Jason, we just literally wanted to make gummy candy, and all of a sudden, like it was
And you
just a
did.
passion, and we did. And then the next thing we knew, we were in 300 stores across the country, sold out on Amazon twice.
The New Yorker wrote a
thing
feature about
it.
how complex our
The
flavors are.
We're like, whoa, what is happening?
It's
here?
so cool. It's so cool, guys. Adeev and Ezra Potash. I just ate. I'm trying. God, I got to do the Continental Diamond time check right here. It's 4:57. I got to stop. It's time for me to stop chewing these Sweet Stash jams. Good stuff. Go see those guys tomorrow at Mall of America at Niko Niko Boba. $4 a gallon gas. 1 to 10, how mad are you about it? We're going to talk about that at the top of the hour here on Drive Time.
I feel comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Hey, Jason here for my guy, Chris Lindahl and Chris Lindahl Real Estate, the Arms Out Real Estate Company. Now, the reality is this time of year, more and more people start listing their home on the open market because you feel like, it's spring, it's summer, people are going to be happy to go out, it's going to be easy. But Chris told me the other day that more and more people are going with the guaranteed cash offer to get that big red check because they just don't want to deal with the headache. The extra money you get in the open market, maybe it's worth it for you. But for more and more Minnesotans, they're saying, I don't want people traipsing through my house. I don't want the uncertainty of somebody flaking out because of the real estate or the interest rate. I don't want to pay commissions to an agent or deal with all of that. Give Chris all the stress. ChrisLindahl.com. Fill out the free Smart Seller Guide, the top of the page. Find out if it makes sense for you. More and more people are getting those big red checks. Don't be left on the sideline. Get rid of your house to Chris Lindahl.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Real news, real talk, in real time. News Talk 830 WCCO 1029 HD2, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A divided Supreme Court has struck down Louisiana's congressional map, finding that lawmakers illegally used race when drawing up a new majority black district. CBS's Allison Keyes.
The Supreme Court's decision weakens a key section of the Voting Rights Act, which protects against discrimination in redistricting. CBS News legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
Supreme Court, once again, a majority has said, don't use race.
House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Louisiana Republican, supports the court's ruling. Johnson says we'll see if lawmakers there go in and draw new maps before the state's primary in 2 weeks. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
President Trump has spoken with Russian President Putin about the wars in Ukraine and Iran. CBS's Linda Kenyon reports.
The president says it was a very good conversation with his Russian counterpart. The two spoke about Ukraine and Iran, with Trump saying Putin offered to play a role in the Iran war.
He told me he'd like to be involved with the enrichment if he can help us get it. I said, I'd much rather have you be involved with ending the war with Ukraine.
The president says he and Putin also spoke about Iran's nuclear capabilities, saying they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. He added Putin doesn't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon either. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is defending the Pentagon's record budget request on Capitol Hill. He has told the House Armed Services Committee the record $1.5 trillion budget addresses the urgency of the moment.
This budget also includes a historic troop pay increase, 7% for lower enlisted, and the budget eliminates all poor or failing barracks.
The House has given approval to a 3-year extension of a U.S. surveillance program. CBS's Cammie McCormick with more.
The program was set to expire on Friday. In approving its extension, new oversight measures were added, including a monthly civil liberties review. But lawmakers stopped short of adding a requirement for warrants. Speaker Mike Johnson said 2/3 of the president's daily national security briefing comes from intelligence collected by the statute, and it couldn't go dark. But it faces an uncertain future in the Senate.
The Federal Reserve is signaling it could cut rates in the coming months, but is keeping things steady for now. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
In its statement, the Fed noted that while inflation is elevated because of the increase in global energy prices due to the war in the Middle East, prices overall have not accelerated.
Also, Fed Chair Jerome Powell plans to remain a board governor after his term as chair ends next month, citing legal actions by the Trump administration. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Mornings.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute.
Y'all
came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
Minnesota's trusted voice. Every hour. Let's get you caught up with what's happening now on News Talk 830 WCCO.
2 degrees at 5:03. I'm Laura Oakes. A lot of activity at the Capitol today with the Minnesota Senate passing a bill that would offer some relief to Hennepin Healthcare, which is in financial dire straits. Senate Majority Leader Aaron Murphy.
Not just HCMC, which I think of as the canary in the coal mine on what we're experiencing as a result of the federal funding bill that the president signed into law last July. It's hammering our hospitals.
She says the bill would in part give $150 million in direct grants to HCMC. It would also provide $115 million in hospital stabilization grants and would direct funds for IT upgrades and uncompensated care. The Minnesota BCA continues to investigate a shooting in Richfield overnight that left a man dead and a police officer injured. Authorities say officers were responding to a report of a car prowler, ended up chasing the man who they say then pulled a gun and fired at officers. They returned fire, killing him. The officer who was injured was shot in the hand and is expected to recover. The alleged mastermind of the $250 million Feeding Our Future fraud case is facing allegations of directing her son to leak sensitive materials ahead of her upcoming sentencing in order to minimize her role in the scandal.
The U.S. Attorney's Office claims in a court filing that Amy Bach has been on what they call a public relations campaign since February. The motion states that a member of the Minnesota House received 2 emails from the same address claiming that she was the scapegoat, and attached were documents governed by protective orders. She also allegedly told her son multiple times to remove any exhibit stickers from documents before sending them. Prosecutors are asking that Bach be kept from accessing her Dropbox account and be sanctioned when her sentencing takes place next month. Susie Jones, News Talk 830 WCCO.
Minneapolis police launching a new approach to their safety strategy ahead of summer.
Minneapolis safety leaders presented a new 2026 summer safety plan to the Public Health, Safety, and Equity Committee to address seasonal crime through its specialized units and increased visibility. Police Chief Brian O'Hara gave an update about where the city is in terms of crime right now, even as they continue to grapple with things like car thefts and the recent blitzes of smashed car windows across the city.
The previous 3-year average for robberies is 345 coming into 2026. So we're at a decrease of 36%. Police-focused enforcement details, that's something that we step up during the summer. We intend to do that again this year.
Committee members requested a formal memo on interagency funding before the plan fully takes effect this June. Taylor Rivera, News Talk 830 WCCO.
In other headlines, union concession staff at Target Field set to announce a formal strike authorization vote on Friday, and the National Weather Service issuing a frost advisory overnight tonight. Temperatures could get down to freezing, so if you have any outdoor plants you'd like to save, make sure you cover them up. WCCO News Time is 5:06.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Brought to you by Linda's Construction, lindasconstruction.com. Got your slowdown. Cedar South has moved down from 494 all the way down to Highway 13, traveling southbound 35E. Get ready for your slowdowns there. Wheelock Parkway heading down to Randolph. 94 westbound slows into Minneapolis as you move past Huron Boulevard. Highway 36 is heavy both directions between 35E and 35W. Trey Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
It is barbecue season in Minnesota. That means Minnesota pork. Pig farmers in our state care so much about the environment, their animals, and their communities. Get the best protein around for the best farmers around. Minnesota pork. Oh, yeah.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Pork Board. Taste what pork can do. Here's WCCO TV Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
A quiet night tonight, but a cold night. A frost advisory that does include the Twin Cities Metro with a freeze warning around it, where our overnight lows could fall back to 30 or colder. Now, here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, we should bottom out around 36. Partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 54. Expect cool days and nights pushing into the weekend.
Mostly cloudy right now, 52 at News Talk 830 WCCO.
Your what's happening, why it's happening, how it's happening station. News Talk 830 WCCO. He knows news. He knows talk. He knows nonsense, too. So get ready for a lot of each. This is Drive Time with DeRusha, fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Once again, here's Jason DeRusha.
$4 a gallon gas prices. How mad are you about this? And who do you blame? 1 to 10. 1 to 10. How mad are you at $4 a gallon? I was pretty peeved when I saw it this morning.
Shut up and drive.
651-461-9226. That's how you reach us. You can send us a voice message through the Audacy app as well. We'll be hearing your gripes coming up at 5:30. I don't mean to make this the gripe hour, but we've got some things to gripe about. Maybe it's because the Twins choked in the bottom of the eighth. It's got me feeling gripey. But gas prices at $4. We've seen it around the country, but this morning I was driving from St. Paul to Mystic Lake Casino because, you know, I woke up at 8 a.m. and said, like, I'm going to need some extra money to pay for my gas. Put it on red. I was speaking out at Mystic Lake Casino, but Dan, I drove through Savage and I drove through Apple Valley and I'm looking around and I'm like, Burnsville, almost everywhere was 405 to 409. And the $4 line is one of those lines, I think, that hits you more emotionally.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yesterday it was, I don't know, I think yesterday $3.84 was the average from AAA and Gas Buddy. Today the average is $3.98. So almost it's a 1.6% price jump overnight. Now 1.6%, you know, you're looking at what, 14 cents times 10 gallons for the average tank, so it's $1.40. I mean, it's not going to send you to poorhouse. But before the war on Iran, gas was $2.79 here in the Twin Cities, and now it's $4. And I'm wondering if people blame Donald Trump, because I do. I do. I do not believe that there was a more imminent threat to America right at, you know, a couple of months ago than there was a couple of months prior. And I think it was a choice. And I think it was a miscalculation by the president in terms of the effect that it's had on gas prices and Americans' feelings about it. But to me, if you were yelling that it was Joe Biden's fault the last time we saw gas prices spike, are you blaming Donald Trump? And maybe you don't care. I don't know. 651-461-9226.
You asked for a scale of 1 to 10.
Yep.
And I'm going to say I'm at a 7. And here's why.
That's pretty high.
It's high. It could be higher. And the only reason it's not higher is because we've been fortunate enough in Minnesota, due to the vagaries of refineries and how gas gets here, that we've avoided $4 a gallon gas for a lot longer than the rest of the country. So I feel like we sort of, you know, snuck in under the wire a little bit in that regard, which is why I'm not, you know, an 8, a 9, or a 10.
Right.
But you hit on the head. You hit this on the head. This shouldn't be happening. There's no clear reason that this is happening outside of the war in Iran, but there's no clear reason why that war is happening, especially for a president that ran on the idea of no more Middle Eastern wars. We're not going to get involved in all of these foreign conflicts, to then go in and say, well, Bibi says they're going to get a nuke, so I got to go in and bomb the heck out of them and goof up the global oil economy in the process. It's unnecessary. It's an unforced error by the president, put it that way, that has screwed up the economy back home, and he's going to pay for it in the midterms.
Grant on Facebook, pretty pissed at $4 gas. I blame Trump. Text line 651-461-9226. Your calls welcome as well. Not mad about $4 a gallon at all. It is a short-term loss for a long-term gain. I really wish we would just blow Iran off the map. They are always a problem, no matter who the president is. We went through this before with Obama. Another texter saying, Jason, I'm pissed. People are, that feels like the right term. There is something about gas prices, man. It's because in almost every other aspect of life, you have the ability to make another choice. And I know people are going to say, well, you could drive less, you could take the bus, you could buy a new car. Not really. Most of these are not like easily shiftable things. Honestly, I'm a 9 for the reasons that Dan stated. There are times that gas prices go up because of factors out of our control. This was a factor within our control. Now, I do think, and I've said before on the radio, like I'm not a hater of launching an attack on Iran. I am not. I am not sad that President Trump went in and wiped out a lot of the leadership that has been set up to kill America. So I'm not mad about that. But Jason, I punched the pump when I paid $4.09 this morning.
Ouch.
Don't punch the pump. Is that a euphemism for something?
Boy, I sure hope not.
Mary is in Minneapolis. Mary, thanks for calling 651-461-9226. Where are you at 1 to 10? How mad are you about the gas prices?
I'm not mad at all.
How come?
Because I think we're going to go through some bad stuff before we get to the good stuff.
How, like?
I think this is inevitable because those who hate Trump and want always to blame Trump are going to manipulate things to make it seem worse. When in actuality, like the other fellow said, it shouldn't even be happening. We have plenty in storage. And in fact, we're selling our oil to those who aren't able to get it right now. The ships are coming in for oil. So I think what you're watching is the change of power from the Iran terrorists to the right people, the Americans, so the Americans can take care of themselves, so Europe can take care of themselves, so Venezuela can take care of themselves, and
sort of the long term, you think. I mean, the reality with the price of oil and gasoline is that it's traded on a global market. So, that's why.
Market.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, it is a dirty, dirty world, right? And it's a dirty industry for sure when you're looking at the global level. It's a good perspective. I appreciate your call, Mary. Thank you. Call again. 651-461-9226. We're going to break. More calls. Lots of texts coming in. More calls. 1 to 10. Where are you at on gas prices? And do you blame the president? We'll talk about it as we continue. Drive Time with DeRusha here on CC.
Drive Time with DeRusha is fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Always online at lutherkiaofbloomington.com.
Jason here with an opportunity for you, an opportunity to become the version of yourself that you always dreamed of. Livia Weight Control Centers straight up changed my life. I'm not being over dramatic here. I lost 45 pounds thanks to the team at Livia. And I think about this sometimes, like that number is big, right? Like that's a big deal. But when I stop to think about what happened, thanks to the support that I got at Livia, the accountability, the nutrition, the science-based program, all of this, I think more about like, what would I feel like today, 4 years later, if I hadn't lost that weight? What if I kept gaining? Right now, I feel full of energy, balance. I have clarity of thought, confidence as well. Livia can do that for you. You're going to have everything you need to succeed. Livia has really evolved. Now it's a more complete path to better health. You get a personal plan. You get medical support. You're going to get expert one-on-one guidance every step of the way. This is what feeling like yourself again looks like. You can do it with the help of the team at Livia.com, Livea.com, or call 855-GO-LIVIA.
Watch your movies from the best seat in the house with Barofka's M-Series seating solutions.
Comfort and convenience with over 500 premium fabric and top grain leathers.
Craftsman direct priced from $66.12 or $276 a month for 24 months. Just add popcorn.
Oh, Jim. Barofka's. No gimmicks, haggling, or hard to understand pricing.
In Woodbury, Burnsville, and Minnetonka.
Barofka.
Decidedly, well, you get the picture.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
They look hot. They drive like a dream. And the value, you've got to get to Luther Kia Bloomington. It's Jason DeRusha. I just brought my Kia in for service there. It was such a great experience. My Kia is as good as new. Dan Dingman and the Luther Kia Bloomington team, just the best. From the 35 miles per gallon hybrid Kia Telluride and Sorento SUVs to the under $30,000 K5 sedan. Check out your dream car today at LutherKiaBloomington.com or stop in and tell them Jason sent you.
Jason DeRusha
is worth, I'm going to go $350 million.
Net worth is estimated to be approximately $500 million. One of the highest paid media personalities we have today.
Also deeply insecure.
Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
I do want to congratulate you at 651-461-9226. It didn't take long for the You Didn't Blame Biden when gas was $5.11 in 2022. That is because that spike in gas was caused by the Russia-Ukraine war, which did he launch that war? I think he may have slept through some of it, but I don't know.
And he didn't prevent it, Jason. Remember, the President Trump says if he was president, it never would have happened.
Can we set a rule for our listeners, who I think are smarter than the average radio station listener? Can we try to have a conversation about a topic without, well, were you mad about this in 1862, Jason? I looked at your X account. Like, just talk about what's happening today. How much weight are you guys carrying around? Your scorecard? I was listening to DeRusha in his first 3 months in 2022 on the show. I mean, I appreciate you listening. And actually, everything I say you should document because this is some good stuff. Write it down, commit it to memory. $4 gas, 405, 409. Mike in Rosemount. I was down in your neck of the woods this morning, Mike. How you feeling about gas being over $4 a gallon? Did we lose Mike? This is how mad Mike is about gas. He can't even find the words. Dave is in Shoreview. Dave, where are you at on this? 1 to 10, $4 a gallon gas price.
Oh, that part doesn't concern me so much.
Okay.
More the overall situation.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you think about things, if you would have wrote a book like 7, 8 years ago about how things are going now, how crazy things are, people would say this could never absolutely happen. If you look just at our president, you know, what the unfortunate thing that happened, whatever, with the assassination attempt, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just with the busy news cycle, that seems almost like weeks or months ago, just because there's always so much in the news. And I thought about this. I was talking to a friend, and you think about I was just thinking about the last 24 hours, what I've heard. And what I've heard is there's a special passport with Trump on it, right?
Yep, that's
and
a new.
I've heard that he's going after Jimmy Kimmel or whatever.
Right.
And then you look at, you know, the Supreme Court decision today, and then the next Supreme Court decision to kind of go after protective status for citizens.
Is it lay out your point? Is it that it's just too much chaos, Dave?
It is, but that it's a design chaos. And I'm wondering, I'll test how smart your Minnesota listeners are, and maybe your guy can fact check me. And do you know who Donald Trump's father's lawyer was?
No, but we're gonna thank you. Roy Cohn? Was Roy Cohn? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's no doubt about it. Is it designed chaos? It depends on where you're at on things, right? Is this designed chaos, or is this an administration that doesn't care about the normal roadmap and is just charging full steam ahead? And so I guess it depends if you like what they're doing or not. I do think the designed chaos explanation for the Trump administration, for me, is a little oversimplistic. I think it's a little wishful thinking. I do think there's for sure a media strategy. When things go wrong, you just keep throwing stuff out, and you have 4 major things you do every day. Then it's difficult for the media to focus on just one of them. So, and for the public. So I do think there's some strategy there, but I don't know that like gas prices. Now part of the gas price situation right now, Dan, is that there was a refinery power outage.
Right, but there's always something going on with
There's
a
always gonna be
refinery
something.
somewhere that tweaks gas prices up
That's
and
right.
down. This has been a steady upward trend, and it's tied directly to the conflict in the
That's
Middle
right.
East. I think, you know,
Tehran still has the Strait of Hormuz
shut down.
blocked, and
we're-
oil is at 104 a
and
barrel.
we're blockading their ports, and it's
on
this
and on and on,
stalemate sort of thing going on
Right.
in Iran. And I don't know about you. I haven't heard anything about, you know, how we're getting out of this, what kind of exit strategy there is, or what goal needs to be achieved, and then we can be
Yeah.
done. It just seems to be perpetual, which
Right.
is, again, exactly what he ran against, which makes this confusing. I think the disruption in the way that Washington, D.C. normally works is what a lot of people voted for the president for. So the fact that he's doing this in a way that seems haphazard and seems to be outside of the normal functioning of the federal government is actually a positive for a lot of people. I think a lot of people like that. The problem is you can do something different, and then you can do something without any real rhyme or reason to it. Those can be two different things as well. And that's where it seems like, you know, we're at right now, is that there doesn't seem to be any kind of cohesive strategy other than what the president decides he wants to do on any given day.
Benjamin on YouTube says gas is up, makes everything more expensive. Anyone who isn't mad about high gas prices are just rich white people. Grant says, I farm and paid $4.50 for farm diesel today.
Oh,
that's brutal. Luke says $4 gas, it's over $5 for premium. I mean, Luke, when you drive a La-Ti-Da, you know, a working man here. Don't laugh at that, Dan Cook.
Why? You did.
Texters say buy an EV. Don't really think about it much anymore. I do want to buy an EV. I test drove one. You know, we're brought to you by Luther Kia Bloomington, and I test drove an EV last week, and it was awesome.
I think EVs are great. I think they're not always practical, especially in a place like Minnesota. Like, I'd be interested in a hybrid.
Yeah.
I just can't afford one. The prices haven't come down.
People cannot make these choices immediately.
Right.
Most people cannot.
And certainly not in reaction to gas
right.
prices. So, yeah.
That's right. Still under $4 around Excelsior, Chaska, and Victoria. This texter is more angry about the license tab fees. Another texter says gas is what we put into our cars so we can go to work and make a living, take care of our families. I am livid. This is also so gross. Lots of good texts. We appreciate it. We're going to do more of this. We're doing Hot Topics at 5. Because why not? Because we like to talk and we like to hear from you as well. Speaking of which, every Wednesday on Drive Time with DeRusha, we give you a chance to vent about serious things, about ridiculous things. We call it enough. What have you had enough of? I want some funny stuff as well. Kind of stuff you complain about to your wife or your husband sitting around the dinner table. Get it off your chest here at 651-461-9226. Oh, hit it. Go ahead. Hit it. Now he can't. Or you can send us a message on the Audacy app, a voice message, and it comes right to our control room. Now you can do it.
This is Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Southern California drone maker Avex Aerospace is looking to take advantage of an upsurge in defense spending across the globe by announcing its upcoming IPO, seeking a valuation of $2.4 billion. Avex specializes in airborne intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities for the U.S. government and other allies, with some of its drones capable of delivering explosives and guided attacks. I'm Jason Brooks.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Let's support our Minnesota agriculture community. They make Minnesota special. It's Minnesota pork. Jason here for our 3,000 family farmers. That's where your pork chop or your bacon comes from when you go to the grocery store, the butcher shop. Family pig farmers all over the state. Now, I love Minnesota pork because it's safe, it's lean, it's high in protein, and it's such a great template for so many different kind of flavors. So say tonight, you want to fire up the grill. Oh, how about a bone-in pork chop? Maybe you want to make tacos. If you ever thought about using Minnesota pork, why not? Maybe you are looking for Asian flavors or Mexican flavors. Recipe ideas, man, I got them all over the place for you at tastewhatporkcando.com. Tastewhatporkcando.com. Get to the website, get inspired, and get to your grocery store and butcher shop, and let's have Minnesota pork for dinner tonight. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you! We got a show and it's Guys and Dolls at Chanhassen and Dinner Theaters. It's terrific and delicious because you got dinner and a show. Don't take my word, everybody's loving it. The Pioneer Press called it a must-see. Star Tribune called it eye-popping and blazing with brilliance. I heard a lady from Eden Prairie say this is the best show she's ever seen at the Chan. Grab your doll or your guy. Get your family over here for Guys and Dolls. Visit ChanHasnDT.com.
Hey, Jordana, I'm Brian. I'm 58 and single. I have a house, a bunch of investments, and I have a sister I'm close to, but no kids or anything tying me down, so I never really worried about planning for the future. Recently, a friend of mine passed away unexpectedly without a will or a trust, and it created a huge mess for the family he left behind. I don't want to be a burden on my sister. I want to be prepared. So why should I choose Gutman Law?
Hi, Brian. Your instincts are correct. If you were to do nothing, the state would decide who's in charge and how to distribute your assets, which is probably not what you want. And your sister will have a lot to sort out by herself. Now, this is the reason why I chose Gutman Law. My family, Matt and Jamie, were so sensitive to the nuances of my situation after a divorce. An estate plan is more than just names and numbers on a piece of paper. It's family. Making it easy on them is what matters most. From healthcare directives to wills to living trusts, Gutman Law can help you determine what type of planning makes sense to protect you and your loved ones. 612-895-1616 or go to mnestatelaw.com. Gutman Law, giving you peace of mind today for tomorrow.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Things jammed up for 694 both directions between Lexington, actually as far over as Victoria, back to Highway 252. 610 slows both directions between Broadway and 252. Driving southbound 35E, got your slowdowns approaching Cedar, heading down to County Road 11. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
Right now for the month of April, Lindus Construction offering free installation on labor on GAF asphalt shingles and those great Leaf Guard brand gutters. Just call 8449-LINDUS, LINDUS, or lindusconstruction.com.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
CCO forecast time thanks to Lindus Construction, one contractor and construction company for all your home improvement needs. Here is Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
We are in for a chilly night tonight under a clear sky. The wind will back off. There is a frost advisory around the Twin Cities metro, and outside of the metro, a freeze warning where temperatures could fall below freezing. Partly cloudy the rest of the day tomorrow with a high of 54. We should start around 36 in the Twin Cities metro, Minneapolis and St. Paul. Friday will be similar, starting around 37, warming up to 54 in the afternoon.
51 and cloudy. I think that cloud is left over from the Twins bullpen after that disaster this afternoon at Target Field here on CCO.
Jason DeRusha.
One of the greatest human beings I've ever been around. He's just a wonderful human being. He's very caring. He's very loving.
Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I have had enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough.
Oh, it's your chance to let it rip. What have you had enough of? Oh, a texter has already claimed the one that I was going to say. The silly, the serious. Let's laugh because otherwise we cry. 651-461-9226. We love your calls. We love your texts. We love your voice messages using the Audacy app. A lot of times something will come in your head and you don't want to call the station. You just want to record your voice message and send it in. No problem. On the Audacy app where you listen live to the show, there's a microphone. Just hit it, record it. Boop, comes off to Dan, and off we go. Enough. And my goodness, there are so many options, Dan. So many options to say what we have had enough of. I'm going to do a couple texters first to get you going. 612. I've had enough of ladies hitting on me nonstop. God has cursed me with great looks, and I don't know what to do. Do you have any suggestions for me? It's a problem I can relate to all too well. Not only do I have just like you, texter, these tremendous good looks, I also, have this fame. And so imagine my burden. Imagine. If you're watching on our YouTube stream right now, which you can get at the WCCO Radio YouTube channel, you just click live. You can get it on my X at DeRushaJ or on the YouTube or on the Facebook, WCCO. Last night, I was out on the town in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, no.
Wearing a shirt that my friend Dave Schwartz gave me. from the Minnesota Wild, I went to Tom Reed's to watch some hockey. And how would you describe this shirt, Dan?
Well, first of all, in fairness to Dave, I would describe it as what it is, which is a pajama shirt.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's more like a polyester bowling style / Hawaiian shirt.
Hey, and the fact that you decided to go down a button is a bold choice.
All right, this is what I've had enough of, and thank you for leading me there. I've had enough of the judgment when I want to unbutton button number 2. I like the freedom. I like one button up. You know, when you have one button open on a collared shirt, it looks a little stuffy.
Some people are fans of chest lettuce. What are you going to do?
And then you
give the people what they want.
Now, I don't usually go 3 buttons. That
usually implies that there are times.
Well, on vacation. I think there was a moment in Florida when we were covering spring training that I may have gone.
The full 3?
3 is too much. But 2, and also I would like a gold chain. And everyone's like, you can't pull it off. My wife's like, you can't pull it off. All I am is supportive of her needs and her wants and her desires. And
she's trying to rescue you from poor style decisions.
I don't know that last night was a poor style decision at all. Although we were asked to leave Tom Reed's hockey pub. It's fine. 651-461-9226. Another texter says heavy breathing and crunching around chewing your food. Good grief. Shoot me now.
That can get bad.
Yep.
That's often a breathing issue, though. I mean, that's like a medical thing that, you know.
Oh, you understand that?
A little bit.
Oh, the YouTube crowd was not pleased with the chest situation.
I wasn't going to point it out, but no, they...
Benjamin says I am showing too much chest and that no one's looking for that. I don't know. Someone might be looking for that. If you have a chest hair fetish, 651-461-9226. Dog-related. Two different dog-related texts. People maybe know that if you have a dog gripe, I'm a safe space for you. Texter says, I've had enough of my dog pooping in the yard. I take her to the dog park every morning, including rainy mornings. All the other dogs poop at the park. But mine waits till she gets home, post-dog park experience, and then lays one down.
I mean, look, you gotta be comfortable, you know?
Well, this is like my wife prefers to use the bathroom at home.
Sure.
She doesn't like a public bathroom.
A lot of people do that.
I don't care.
I don't either. But a lot of people feel
a lot of people care about it. But I think
fine.
She likes being on her home turf, and the same is true with the dog.
A little comfort is okay. And look, if you're the owner, you got to pick it up either way. So what's really the difference, I guess?
Well, when you have your dog doing the business on your yard, there's a greater risk of like a little nitrogen runoff, and then you got to call ProTurf.
Okay,
you know
Duresha Seeds.
I mean, as a little bit of a lawn care expert. Yeah.
Influencer?
That's professionalturf.com. They'll take care of that. Now, another texter says, I've had enough of trying to housebreak this dog.
Ooh.
3 years should have done the trick.
You would think.
Oh, no. Now, I had a dog, Baxter. You've heard me talk about Baxter.
I haven't heard you talk about Baxter, yes.
Baxter had a move that we called the punitive P.
Yeah, I remember this.
If we yelled at the dog back in Milwaukee when we lived in a loft and there were no doors. So if the dog did something wrong and we reprimanded the dog, he would go into our bedroom, jump on the bed, and pee on the down comforter. It got to the point where I was a regular at the local dry cleaner, and they were like, really? Like, I'm surprised no one called animal control on me. Punitive P. You guys can use that if you want.
If that happens, yeah.
Dan, do you have anything you wanted to get off your chest?
I've had enough of construction messing with my ingress and egress from downtown Minneapolis. First of all, I get 394 needs some fixing. Okay.
Yep.
But the way you got to go to get out of downtown Minneapolis to get on 394 is a bit of a pain, especially when people don't, accelerate up the ramp. I've complained about that before.
True.
But now Now they've missed with my route to get in, right? I come 394 east into downtown Minneapolis, and I would usually exit at 12th Street because the ramp that I park at is between 10th and 11th Street.
And that little spur that shoots you into downtown.
Can't do that anymore. They've got that all blocked off.
The
So
whole
now I got to go
thing?
down to 6th Street. Yeah, you can't get up there at all. Now you got to go down to 6th Street and exit up there and then try to loop back around and get up to where you're trying to. I mean, coming or going, pick one of them. But do you have to really mess with my route both ways? Seriously.
Do you think that the Walz administration is directly targeting you?
Yes. Yeah.
Can't rule it out.
Can't really rule
they
it
know
out.
your address.
Although, since the governor's never really around, I mean, probably doesn't have time to mess with me directly, but that doesn't mean his worker bees can't.
That's
do it.
true. I feel like they'd be out to get me,
It's annoying. I've had enough of it.
That's fair. 651-461-9226. More enough? Lay it on us. Oh, we got a lot of, so many texts. We'll get into it when we continue. 651-461-9226. If you don't want to wait during the break, well, you're going to miss a great live commercial for me. So why would I even bring that up? But you can send a voice message on the Audacy app as well.
Drive Time with DeRusha is fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Go see Dan Dingman and the crew today, or always online at lutherkiaofbloomington.com.
Now, my friend Bill McCreevy texted me that I am the CCO eye candy. Bill McCreevy likes a one or two button unbuttoned, no question about it. It's Jason here with probably some experts who would say stop with the unbuttoning, and that would be J.H. and Sons. J.H. and Sons, my guy Kevin, I was just talking with Kevin today, in fact, because he's coming to a charity event with me next week. And there's always pressure because Kevin is one of the best dressed men that I've ever met. And he's doing his best to try to make me look a little bit better. And they can do the same for you when you go to J.H. and Sons at the Galleria in Edina. Premium men's clothing, the best tailor in the Twin Cities, Dean, right there in the shop. So as you find that perfect shirt or find that great pair of pants, they can get it kind of all measured up, and boom, you're going to have that customized just for you. That's the level of service that you can expect. It's old school service, and they're doing it every day at J.H. and Sons. You can sign up for their email list at jhandsons.com, but get to the store. It's such a good experience. You will thank me later. So many CCO listeners have been satisfied with the incredible service at J.H. and Sons at the Galleria.
On a beach in Mexico, you probably don't need Twin Cities traffic updates. Or halfway down the slopes in Colorado, committee meetings at the Capitol might not be at the top of your mind. And at a theme park with your kids in Florida, Twins talk might be off your radar. But if you do want to check in, just know this. You don't have to be here to hear what's happening here. So if you're in a hammock in Hawaii, we've got you. Checking in from an airport in Amsterdam. There too. When here is nowhere near here, you can always listen anywhere there's a cell signal or Wi-Fi. We're with you. News Talk 830 WCCO.
Jordana here for my friends at Mini Leaf. Hear what they're saying about this brand I love.
Tell me about your experience with the night gummies.
I started using them. I think this is my third order. I heard Jordana on WCCO radio talking about it, and I thought, well, if she's doing it, trying to get off the Ambien, and I started with the pineapple gummies for sleep. That's what I take them for, is sleep. And I've been very pleased with the product. I started with the full gummy. Now I only take half, and that helps me sleep. So I'm very happy with the product, and I'm 70 years old. So.
And those Sleep Night gummies will help her sleep painlessly through the night. Those Sleep Night gummies are a real charm. Check out Mini Leaf's products at MINNELEAF.com. Check out that Triple Diamond Pain Cream, those Sleep Night gummies, or their other great products. I use them. There's so many CCOers that absolutely love them. You will too.
Mini Leaf means quality. Taste happy at minileaf.com.
The home of Minnesota's best legal products.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for something smart, soulful, and full of heart? I'm Jen Hatmaker, host of For the Love, the podcast where we talk about what really matters: love and family, faith and purpose. Every week, I'm joined by incredible guests for honest conversations that invite all of us to live with more intention, more laughter, and more connection. Join us on For the Love wherever you get your podcasts.
Gas prices are up, and Luther Kia of Bloomington can help you out. It's Jason from my Luther Kia of Bloomington team. I drive the Kia. I love it. Dan Dingman can guide you into a hybrid SUV getting more than 35 miles per gallon, or take a look at the plug-in and electric options. If you need the power of gas, I just test drove a Telluride third row, high-tech, affordable luxury. Luther Kia of Bloomington.com to see what's on the lot, or stop in at 35W and 494 and tell them Jason sent you.
Flint Hills Resources Pine Bend Refinery in Rosemont produces important transportation fuels used throughout the Midwest, but they're also active in the community. They support many programs and organizations that make Minnesota better. Go to FHR.com.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
And brought to you by Flint Hills Resources, finding some slowing for 169 both directions between Minnetonka Boulevard and Betty Crocker. Traveling west 94, some slowing, Hemlock Lane to Weaver Lake Road. 35E is a bit congested southbound run and move down from Roselawn toward Maryland Avenue. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
You sit on your deck and you're sick of looking at your crappy siding. Type JTR on your computer for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and more. JTR Roofing has you covered from the roof on down, serving the Twin Cities Metro. For a free estimate, visit jtrroofinginc.com.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Forecast brought to you by JTR Roofing. Tonight, mainly clear, low at 36. We actually have a frost advisory for the Metro tonight. So you better cover your plants. Anybody has any plants out there, you're crazy. Freeze warning around the Metro. Temps could go to 30 or colder. Tomorrow and Friday, sort of the same deal, 54. That's about 10 degrees below the average for this time of year. It's 61 on CCO.
Drive Time with DeRusha, where the conversation's always in drive. Thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Enough!
It's our Wednesday gripe session. Enough. 651-461-9226. The dog commentary has brought out the dog owner. Texter says, going with the dog theme, I've had enough of my dog barking at the TV. So many Chewy commercials. That is... Now, if Dan were mean, which he's not, he would play like dog barking sounds right now. But you don't want to upset this person's dog.
Why would I want to do that?
Texter says, I've had enough of requests to rate products or experiences every time you purchase something, go to the doctor, call customer service, etc. Man,
that is an excellent one for sure.
I am with you because I don't want to. That's my main issue here.
Well, and what benefit is there for us? Remember the time when they'd send you that stuff and they'd say, well, here's a little $5 gift card or something. Just we're compensating you because you know you're taking the time to help us out. And now they don't know this is here. Well, just help us.
Just a quick look through my email. American Express, tell us about your experience. Capital One, join the conversation. Please tell us how we're doing.
Although I do kind of enjoy that when I get a car wash, you get a survey request. It's mildly amusing for me.
It is true. I pay for Dan's car wash. It was a gift. That keeps,
very grateful. Thank you.
I think what is the request? Like, is it when you go to I went to a Twins game and then tell us about your Twins experience. And it's hard. I find the sporting event surveys the most difficult to do because, am I supposed to rate that the bullpen choked in the bottom of the 8th, or am I supposed to rate how nice the ushers were and how delicious the food was? It's hard to separate the performance.
It is.
I know that's not. They really are not asking for my
really
analysis.
not looking for your input on the bullpen. It's more the guest experience, but your experience at a sporting event is very much tied to the performance of the team.
Yes. Enough of the word unapologetic. Must we latch onto a silly catchword and beat it to death the next 5 years, or are we too dense to think of a better word?
I mean, welcome to American culture for the last half century.
This texter, I could not agree more with this. The dumb student driver sticker with an 80-year-old driving. So I have seen more and more student driver bumper stickers or decals or whatever on people's cars. Do you see these all the time?
I see them. I guess I haven't noticed that they're around an obnoxious amount.
How bad is your kid at driving that you went out and bought a sticker and put it on the car? You're like, this ain't going to be safe for anybody else. I better put up the student driver sticker.
And does having the sticker actually make things safer, or does it make you a little bit of a target? What's more annoying?
Okay.
The student driver sticker
Mm-hmm.
or the 26.2 sticker?
Oh, 26.2 is so annoying. Also, you're driving. I'd be, put that damn sticker on the back of your backpack while you're walking down the street.
I mean, that makes more sense if you think about it.
Look at me. What? 26.2 sticker.
Mm-hmm.
More likely to be on what kind of car?
Volvo.
I was going to say Subaru.
That too. That works. It would definitely be a European sedan of some sort.
Volkswagen?
Sure.
Maybe, but I still Subaru and Volvo are those are your top two. Enough of the flag controversy.
Oh, yes. Please, can we stop?
So I have mixed feelings about the flag controversy because there is no easier way for me to kill a segment on this show than talking about the flag. People get so fired up. It's great.
It looks like a Somali flag.
That's what I've had enough of. You can argue that you don't like the new flag. It's an aesthetic situation. I know tons of Democrats who do not like the way the new flag looks.
Sure.
And that is a valid opinion. Saying that it looks like the Somali flag it's an opinion that you have because someone told you you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
In my view.
And you don't mind coming off a little bit racist.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit racist. Texter says, I hate when you get those experience, do a survey before the experience is even over.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
So I've talked about this before. I love Caribou coffee. It's great.
I had it last Sunday.
And when I use my app to pay, 9 times out of 10, I get the survey before I get the beverage.
I did not get a survey.
Do you use the app?
I did. I used the app. Yeah. I love that. Order on the app and then drive up and just go right in, pick it up off the counter. You don't have to wait. You don't have to talk to anybody. Just go.
I like to go to the counter.
Do you?
Have a
Shocking.
moment. Have a moment.
I got places to be. Coffee to drink.
Texter says baby on board is more annoying than student driver.
So
I used to think baby on board was more annoying as well until I learned that the real reason for those stickers is not to prejudge all of the other drivers on the road. It's to alert emergency responders if there should be some sort of incident. So at which case you're if your car was totaled or the driver couldn't communicate, just to say hey, there's
okay. But do you think that's really why most people are putting that sticker on?
Why do you have to hate on that nice, pleasant possibility?
Because if I had come up with that, you would have hated
I would have
it.
poo-pooed on it.
So, I'm just playing the role here.
Minnesota flag. Oh, this is a good topic. Benjamin, I'm not going to say this on the radio. I'm going to save it.
Ooh, yeah.
For a day.
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
I'm going to save it. Because sometimes you're just like, on this show, even I get tired of hearing myself talk. And sometimes I think,
come on.
That's a lie.
Don't.
You're right. I don't. I love hearing myself talk. Honestly, I could keep going for another couple hours. I have a lot of wisdom. If you want more of my wisdom, come see me at the bar at the Minneapolis Club. I'm just going to be dropping brilliance. Maybe I'll see you at Continental Diamond, where the Continental Diamond time check is $5.57. Henry's next.
Attention taxpayers. If you owe $5,000 or more